Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of February, and we've just finished our first badge assembly of the year. A great opportunity to see all of our students in the same space at the same time, and also a really good way for us to set the scene for the year ahead. And we had some time to recognise the environmental captains and our SRC for the term. But the conversation I had with the students today revolved around merit awards. So this is the pile that lands on my table today, and I get a pile like that every day. And normally what I do is I sign them, put a little note on them, go back to the classroom, then the students, they stick them into their book. This is Lucy's from year 6, and then at the end of year 6 those books go home. And it occurred to me that we traditionally use this method for us to help track student progress, but now we have a computer that does that for us. So sticking the certificates in probably doesn't have the same meaning now as it used to. So I've told the students today they have two options. One is they can stick them in, just as they always have, and that helps to create that big pamphlet of books with everything organised in the same space. That can go home at the end of grade 6, no problems. Or alternately, they can take the certificates home as they get handed out. They can celebrate with the family, and we'll make a note in the book. So a bit of choice for the students. But always part of the first assembly is me setting a challenge for our school. So last year at the start of the year, I set the challenge to everybody. One had to get a badge. I wanted to see them up on the stage at some time during the year to shake their hand and to say well done. And that was something that the kids really worked towards, and we had a great deal of success throughout the year with recognising merit throughout our school. Well, today I've set an academic challenge for the year. I said that I want the kids to not spend their whole time dwelling on the small parts of teaching and learning, but really wanting them to think about the big ideas of what we want them to achieve. So the challenge is this. In their writing, I want them to think about the purpose for their writing and to make sure that they're writing a sufficient quantity to demonstrate understanding of facts, understanding of skills, but also to develop a degree of automatic behaviours. So in other words, if the teacher says write a story, we're not going to write a paragraph, we're going to write a page. And to really make that part of their world. I spoke to the kids about a reading goal. To not worry about the small little details of every word in isolation, but to read for enjoyment, to make sure that they understand the message that's coming on. And we talked about the whole idea that as adults, I read a book so I can get a message and get some understanding. That's what I want the kids to do, and I want it to be fun. I want them to enjoy it, and that's why we learn reading at school. And in terms of maths, as well as making sure they get their numerals in the little boxes in the pages and all those other important things, I want them to focus on the most efficient way that they can become a mathematician. So to draw upon all the skills that they have across all their years of schooling and their prior knowledge. So come up with a strategy that will let them get the most accurate answer, the most reasonable answer, the most efficiently. So they're not spending their whole time bogging down into fine details. So a little challenge I've set for the kids, and of course that has implication on us as a school. So let's see everybody rise to the occasion, and I'm pretty confident they will. And at the end of the day, my little challenge is not greatly different to what we would have done at school anyway. It just brings it to the forefront of everybody's attention. Now the last couple of reminders, obviously tomorrow we have a swing carnival, so if your child's coming to a swing carnival, really important to make sure that we're here on time. The bus will be leaving smartly as soon as the roll is done, and off they'll go. We do have messages out about the Y-Safe parent information session. So in last newsletter, we made a note about that session, and an invitation went out with an RSVP option. Now I would encourage everybody to read that email or to read the newsletter article. This is an opportunity for parents to come along to school. We have invited some guest speakers to come along to run a session to really look at the impacts of social media and technology and how we can as a community navigate that with our kids. Now, it's not a session for the children. The children, they work on that in class, and that's part of the curriculum. But this is really something to help parents with the world that is perhaps different to when you were kids yourselves. And the reality is, I guess, that for students, even if they're not engaged in it at the moment, this is part of their future. And sometime between now and when they become independent adults, they will be navigating the world of technology and media, and we'd like to make that as smooth as possible to make them sort of responsible citizens in that space. So do look out for the email. We'd like you all to come along. It's free of charge, there's no cost involved. It's on the evening of the 12th of March, so a few weeks away, but well worth putting aside an hour of your time to join us. Other than that, please have a flick through the newsletter. We've got some information in there about what we're doing to encourage independent learning habits, some photos of some kids in kindergarten who managed to start using their first dictionary today, and as well as that, next door to me in the vacant classroom, we've set up a bit of a technology hub. We've got some 3D printers that we printed some name tags off with this week, and the P&C have very kindly supported the school with buying our very own 3D printer. So when the loan models go back to the library from next door, we actually already have one installed the P&C's purchased to support us, and it's all ready to go. Other than that, it's a fairly busy week at school. Don't forget Clean Up Schools Day on Friday, and we look forward to spending the rest of the week together. Thank you.